Let's get physical. It's Jordan here, back again with this week's update on all the physical releases coming to the Nintendo Switch. We're in the 5th week of March, 1st week of April. We're looking at releases from the 30th until the 3rd. As always, we're taking a look at all the physical retail releases, all the low print games up for order, some juicy imports, and our community spotlight where you show off your pickups. And also, the winner of our $20 Play Asia gift voucher, and also the winner of the It'll Do Collector's Edition from One Print Games. It's a big episode, guys. Alright, Zombie Army Trilogy is releasing this week on the 31st, tomorrow. This is a co-op shooter where you try to survive zombie hordes with your friends, either with local wireless or online. It is made by the same hands as those of Sniper Elite, so you know this one has a bit of pedigree behind it, and those ports have been very solid up to this point too. We hope to have someone on review duties tomorrow for this one, fingers crossed. After quite the delay, it looks like Railway Empire is set to grace the Switch physically this week. This is a simulation game, as you'd expect, where you build up a railway empire across the American landscape. You compete against rival companies, have historically accurate trains. It looks cool for those who are into trains or simulation games in general. Anyone interested in picking this one up? Pyala, the game looks set to be seeing a wider European retail release after initially releasing in Germany a while back. This is a tie-in of a TV show or cheap kids movie. I don't know, I'm not an expert, guys. All I know is that it may be coming this week. Right, that's it for Western retail, a quiet week for sure, but don't think it's over, because it ain't. There's still a lot of stuff this week. Let's move on to the low print releases. I've got a lot of catching up to do from last week. It'll Do Collector's Edition is going out this week. Obviously, we're giving a copy of this to someone at the end of the show, but if you're not the one, then now is the time to get your order in for this little lovely Zelda-like game. They are tentatively shipping on the 31st of March. Strictly Limited Games are doing a double pack of Guns, Gore, and Cannoli 1 and 2. These are fun enough run and gun games. I think Juan reviewed the latest one and enjoyed it for what it was. Thankfully, the Switch version is far less confusing than their PS4 release for this. You have a standard edition, as well as a collector's edition with a few extra goodies. Orders went live already. There will probably be some left by the time this goes out. I can't imagine there being a huge demand for this one. Limited run games, oh god, what are you doing to me, guys? Let's start off with one I'm considering picking up personally. Panzer Dragoon, a stealth drop on the Switch from the Mini Direct, plus Limited Run got in on the action too with a double offering, a standard edition as well as a collector's edition called the Classic Edition, which comes in a Sega Saturn style case, as well as having a long form manual. Although knowing how fragile Saturn cases can be, it makes me wince looking at it. Not only that, but you can also buy separately a 2 LP vinyl soundtrack for the game, although that's sadly sold out already. And not only that, but they have Shadowgate up for pre-order in a standard edition, as well as a collector's edition, which seems a little bit bare bones. You get a soundtrack and an art card. One that's not up for order yet is Ark of Alchemists, which orders should go live in a couple of days. This is a slightly rough action RPG, but one that's popular in Japan, and I'm sure we'll have an audience here too. It's not part of Limited Run's own lineup, they're just acting as distributor. And finally, for this exhaustive low print section, Physicality Games have finally launched their website and have pre-orders open for a variety of games. First up, Rolling Gunner. I've been told this is an excellent shooter that all fans of the genre should have, which means I think this is easily going to be their most popular release of the starting bunch. There's a standard release as well as a deluxe edition, which includes a soundtrack, steelbook, display stand, cloth control sheet, CD soundtrack, and a cheap tacky metal tin with a display window. Sorry, that's overly harsh, but you know, living here in China, every corner shop have them for like the quickest, cheapest, laziest gift a person can buy in history. It just devalues the package for me because I know how dirt common and cheap they are here. Anyways, they also have the same deal for Slayaway Camp Butcher's Cut. That collector's edition comes with a flag cloth, keychain, embroidery patch, steelbook, and a similar crappy tin. And finally, they have a release of Guilty Gear 20th Anniversary Pack, although it's only a collector's edition since I think the standard release has already been sold in retail, at least in Europe. This collector's edition includes a commemorative coin, steelbook, 3 acrylic stands, a closed beta code for a new game in the series, plus the same crappy metal tin. Sorry guys, I won't stop teasing that. Alright, I'm exhausted. Let's move on to imports. But before that, just a heads up that all the games mentioned here today, if any take your fancy, then in the description and the pinned comment, we have links below as to where you can find them yourself to purchase. They are affiliate links, so any purchase that you make using those links will also help out the SwitchWatch team massively, and you're always wonderful, guys. If you do use our links, don't forget to type in the coupon code SwitchWatchTV to get 5% off every physical item you get from PlayAsia. Now might be the last chance to use that code, guys. We still haven't quite passed the threshold that's required of their new standards. Yeah, they changed their criteria. I think we just need a couple more, so it looks likely but not 100% guaranteed. If you need some PlayStation Store credit or eShop credit for Japan, now might be the time to get it, guys. Don't forget to still use our links though. If you don't use our links, then it doesn't support us, so please don't forget that. To begin this week, the legendary indie hero Shovel Knight is getting a belated physical release in Japan, this week courtesy of Fly High Works. Obviously, there's no need to import this one unless you actually live in Japan, as it already has a worldwide release. Still, an excellent package, well worth the money. KOTOBA no Puzzle MOJI PITTAN ENCORE is unsurprisingly a puzzle game released back in 2001 and then remade for the WiiWare, of which this version is based, I think. You have 800 puzzles based on words, Japanese words too, so no English, and probably never will have. One Print Games are selling some of their Kero Blaster stock over on PlayAsia, just like their It'll Do set that's releasing this week. You can also get your hands on this collector's edition that has the same sort of things, including a keychain and soundtrack CD. PIKA Nurse Monogatari Shounika wa ITSUMO OOSAWAGI for Nintendo Switch is releasing on April 2nd. The product description states that this is a simulation game where the player works at a pediatric ward of a general hospital. From nursing outpatients to hospitalized children and newborns, you will have to handle various tasks. Cool. Sadly, there's no English. As discussed a few episodes back, most people were happy to include a little bit of non-physical game stuff in here once in a while, such as soundtracks, books, and toys and such. So let's move on to these miscellaneous section, as there are some things that I'm fanboying over and want to share with you, whether you like it or not. Final Fantasy VII Remake is coming. I am well excited. I even bought a Final Fantasy VII machine in anticipation. And to celebrate, there's all sorts of Final Fantasy VII stuff going up for order. The most relevant to the Switch, however, are these polygon figurines. Holy crap, I want them. Why are they so expensive? Anyways, you get 8 in a box, although the wording seems kind of weird, as though you're not always guaranteed to not get repeats, which is strange. I don't know, maybe it's a Japanese thing. Either way, holy cow, do I need my Polygon Red 13. Anyways, there's loads of Final Fantasy VII stuff going around, but this was the most relevant to the Switch since, you know, the Polygon bad boys are actually on the Switch. I've linked below to some other cool stuff that you can check out for Final Fantasy VII, like the soundtrack and stuff. I daren't keep looking, otherwise, you know, I'm going to be very poor at the end of it. Alright, the Community Spotlight where you show off your physicals, plus if you get featured, you'll be with the chance of winning a $20 PlayAsia gift voucher at the end of the month. Well, or of something equivalent, but I'll tell you about that at the end. This is the last week of March, so we're going to announce the winner at the end of this month too. Let's dive in. Following on from last week, B-Side Games from Japan also sent us their latest Switch physical to show off to you guys. We had Golf Story last week. This week, it's Cat Quest, and Juan is the lucky man to show it off to you. Alright, Juan, take it away.
Hey then everyone, thank you Jordan, always a pleasure to be here, and I've got another physical from B-Side Games, and this one is Cat Quest. It comes in an absolutely beautiful box and packaging, so I wanted to show this one off. If you're not aware of B-Side Games, if you visit their website, you can purchase one of these for 3,900 yen, which is around £29, $35, around that mark. But do be aware, of course, that shipping would have to be included in that. Now, these games do come with a little card pack. They are in Japanese, of course, because it is from Japan. But the great thing about the game itself is it does have English included, so you don't need to worry about that. And just look at these cards. They are absolutely fantastic quality. Plastic case itself comes with a lovely sleeve as well, this black and gold, which is absolutely beautiful, and the pictures honestly do not do it justice. And then of course inside, the wonderful cartridge and artwork. So if you're looking for a physical version of Cat Quest, look no further than B-Side Games, which you can go over to visit at b/sidegames.stores.jp. We'll put a link in the description for you if these games do take your fancy. There are a few others on there like Celeste, previous week that we showed off Golf Story as well. Very much hope you enjoyed. Enjoy the rest of the video with Jordan, and we'll see you soon.
Thanks, man. I have to say I'm well impressed with these B-side releases, especially the cover art and slipcase. They are lovely. If you want to check this out for yourself, I'll pop a link in the description. It's not affiliate or anything, but I suppose if they see people clicking in this video, they might want to send us more stuff to show off to you guys. Who knows? Have a gander, do us a favor, and click the link and have a browse at their things. Alright, Chris Hughes showed off this nice picture, a trio of great games including Giga Rekka Alt, the collector's edition from Limited Run Games. Actually, you can get pretty much the same thing from Japan if you missed out on limited runs, and I have to admit I have had my eyes on it for quite a while, but you know, there's just something that stops me from pulling the trigger. Fluttershout showed off this colourful picture, In Your Face Animal Crossing. Love that little poster, plus they got a couple of super rare games in there too. Park Ranger showed off these couple of pieces. First, Streets of Red from PM Studios. I don't think I've seen that before. Plus, that Japanese game, I have to admit, I can't think of its name off the top of my head, but I do know it does not have English, sadly. They also got Bubble 4. God of Resin showed off these games, some great collector's editions. That Close to the Sun looked absolutely magnificent. Yes, it may be a bad port, but my word, they are doing a good job of selling it to me. Proud Slav showed off their collection, a hearty bunch of games. There's the Western release of Cat Quest if you wanted comparison with the Japanese one we just showed you. Also, a game you don't see very often, another P-Cube title, KOTOBA. Now, this is one of the cheapest titles out there for sure. Last time I looked on PlayAsia, it was like $14 or something crazy. It's a visual novel with puzzle elements if you're interested. Roberto Makoto sent in something I was very interested to see, the Human Resource Machine Deluxe Edition. A lovely edition of 2 games in one, exclusive to Japan, but has English. You get a nice guidebook, as well as 2 CDs of music. That is awesome, and a lot bigger than I thought. Jonathan had some really obscure stuff in this week. That Mahjong Solitaire game, as well as the puzzle double pack, Book of Spells. Plus he also got this Galaxy Z release with the printing number on it. I've never seen that before. Poopykin showed off this fully unboxed La Mulana 1 and 2, the ultimate chunky boy game on the Switch, mostly thanks to that jigsaw, I think. Demig's got 3 games to show off this week, including that big box Toki, which gives you a cardboard arcade cabinet for your Switch. Some say that the game was overpriced for what is essentially an hour long or something, but the price of this one has been coming down a lot recently, at least here, and it seems to be worth it for that box alone. Craig Morgan got a brand new release from last week, Saints Row 4, a funny as hell crazy ride of a game, way over the top and mindless fun. Check out Juan's review of that if you want to know more info. Mansfield Bear joined the Animal Crossing family, plus showed off these games. Man, I really wish I picked up Agalos when it was released. I'm always about the really obscure physical little gems like this one. Becca showed off these releases, both from Saikyo, the Animal Crossing Switch console, as well as some lovely imports. I Am Setsuna, Katana Kami, Romancing Saga 3 are all imports every collector should have. Honestly, every. Nice cats. Rick, what is it with Ricks? Showing off 4 very lovely boxes, including that wonderful looking artwork for Langrissa 1 and 2. I don't know if this was exclusive to NIS America's online store, but either way, I really want it. I love that retro anime art. Kurt Cannongrave, the 80s action hero, is back with 2 pickups this week. The Tales of Vesperia Collector's Edition, which I really wanted, but is quite expensive to get here in China. Plus, Langrissa as well. Visipon joined the Animal Crossing team by picking up a physical this week. And finally, to end the show this week, Lilith sent in a bucket load of pictures of her whole collection. I mean, I can't show all of them to you, but here is a small sample. You got 2 legendary imports, Final Fantasy and Dragon Quest. Import links are below if you fancy them for yourself. Not 1, but 2 Curse of the Moons. Differing artwork, I'm guessing one was Best Buy. Has fine taste in RPGs. Plus, I loved these cool Zelda covers. I know they're probably unofficial, right? But I still think they look quite good. I wouldn't mind some myself. Alright guys, that's March done and dusted. All that's left to do is to pick out some winners for both competitions. Oh, how the stars align. First up, let's do the Community Spotlight giveaway to all those who sent in photos in the past 5 weeks. All your names should be here. If your name is missing, sorry, let me know and I will give you a consolation prize. Nothing too exciting though. Except Joel Parker, since he won the Nintendo Switch Lite, I thought it'd be slightly unfair if he managed to win this one also. Alright guys, I'm sat here at the computer recording this live, recording my computer screen, and yeah, I'm gonna click this wheel and it's gonna spin around and choose one of you people, okay? Are you ready for this? Let's have a look. Who's the winner gonna be? is Dark King Koopa. Congratulations. I will contact you and give you your $20 Play Asia gift voucher. Well done. Now, next month's giveaway might not be $20 Play Asia voucher. There's already been some technical issues with that, and who knows if we'll actually still be part of the program at the end of this month. But yeah, we do plan on doing a giveaway of some kind. Just prepare for something a little bit different. Alright, now let's talk about the competition to win It'll Do Collector's Edition from One Print Games. It was a competition over on Twitter where I asked you to do a couple of things, and I just picked someone at random who did all of the requirements, and that person was Dustin Reese. Congratulations. By the time you've seen this, I probably will have contacted you already. Probably. Thanks, ladies and gents. We've gone on long enough. If you want to send in your recent editions, it doesn't matter how many, send it to me on Twitter over at SoWhatAboutGame. Please DM me so I can keep track of it. If you only tag me, sometimes I'll miss it. Or you can email it to us at contactus@switchwatch.co.uk. Just make sure you start the email title with Community Spotlight so that I don't miss it. Plus, we have a Discord, which is always a nice way to chat with you guys, and you can send your pictures in there also. Right, guys? I hope you've enjoyed this episode of New Physicals. What's taking your fancy this week? Be sure to check out last week's episode in case you missed it. Check out our review of Shinsekai and One Piece Pirate Warriors 4. And why not check out James's Bargains video from yesterday. We'll see you guys over there. Take care.